How do I get into the clinical trial industry? While growing up, I always wanted to be a doctor, but I was more gifted to be better with numbers rather than dissecting and drawing. So I instead enrolled into statistics program rather than medicine. And as luck would have it, during my last graduating year, Pfizer was hiring graduate statistical programmers. And that's when I applied for it and I got through and I joined this industry.
I got into the clinical trial industry because I wanted a breakthrough in my career and I wanted a place where my skills could actually be really valued. And to get into this industry, actually, I only had to look around and pick up a choice among all the opportunities that were there in front of me.
Having worked as a project manager in a medical school in North Carolina for 5 years, I was annexed to clinical trials but never worked directly with them. So having left that job, I decided to go back into the pharmaceutical industry to actually witness firsthand some of the fantastic effects and the life-saving innovations that we had worked on as being scientists. Really, I would say the main motivator is for me to actually see and witness how these quite scientific innovations can lead to first-hand changes in the life of individuals, how they can have make changes to not only the patient but the patient's families and children, but more so that I could really see firsthand and really be a part of extending and improving the quality of people's lives.
I got into the clinical trial industry by starting working in data entry in the CDM team. I joined the company after working in the public service sector for quite a while. My main strengths that led to working in the industry was attention to detail and enjoyment of working with data.
Oh my goodness. I did it as a favour for somebody. So I was doing a master's degree in applied mathematics, and a friend in the village who ran, in addition to computer science and other areas, ran statistics at SmithKline and Friends, which is GSK now, asked me if I could do some work for them on a part-time basis. So that's how I got into it.
What I enjoy working about in this industry is the very fact that it is patient focused. It's humane. So by being part of this industry, I know that I have a chance to change this world by helping in the process of drug development.
The thing that I do appreciate the most about working in the industry is that every day is different. You always get to do new things, learn new stuff, work on new problems, solve new issues, and every day you always end the day thinking that you've done something really valuable for the life of people around you.
Working within clinical trials is extremely fast-paced, very varied. You have to be able to speak to people at all different levels. You have to be able to manage your time particularly well. I like the variability and the innate knowledge that everything that I do will one day go towards pushing a pharmaceutical product or a biologic through to regulation and to approval, which again will help not only a patient but their families as well.
I really enjoy working in the clinical trial industry because I can make a difference. I feel that the work that I do can contribute in some way to development of a drug which could potentially help so many people.
Things are varied. I worked initially as a statistician, and I was lucky enough to have lots of clients within the pharmaceutical company I worked for, and I met lots of investigators. The studies that I was advising on and analysing were very varied, and so I really enjoyed the change. No one day was the same as the other.
The most rewarding accomplishment for me in this industry has been to be part of the drug development of a drug from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 and integration, and then finally see it being approved to be used in both Europe and America.
I think that the most rewarding accomplishment I achieved has been when a client thanked me for work I'd done for them, which had led to a drug approval by the FDA, and that would have had an immediate impact on the daily life of a lot of elderly subjects.
Having worked on an important polyPARP inhibitor for BRCA1 and BRCA2 breast cancer, which affects both women and men at a very young age. It progresses very, very quickly. And unfortunately, the prognosis before the drug that I worked on was particularly poor. So, working on this drug both in the United States and the United Kingdom allowed me to play an integral and key role in pushing this drug through to approval, which I know from first-hand experience extends the lives of people with BRCA1 and BRCA2 breast cancer, both breast and ovarian, for up to 2 years after diagnosis.
My most rewarding accomplishment in the clinical trial industry is working on a study that is proving to be working and has the possibility to be licensed and help improve the life of very sick children.
I guess it's been it so long. I think that's an accomplishment in itself. As I said before, it's always kept me interested. So being in it so long.